You are looking at video of the air races in Reno, where a plane nosedived out of the sky on Friday, slamming into the crowd below. Watch as you can see the vintage World War II plane just crash right in front of the stands there. Here's another angle of the horrific crash. The impact killed 10 people, including the pilot. Close to 70 others were injured.
The NTSB does a very comprehensive investigation. We're going to be looking at the human, the machine, as well as the environment. In this case, the environment is not just the weather, but the oversight, for example, of the FAA. It actually has a specific division that looks at air races and air shows. We will be investigating what kind of comprehensive plan was created for this particular show and race, and then determine whether or not it was met. And we're going to actually find out not just what happened, but why. That's what will allow us to make safety recommendations so something like this doesn't happen again. The NTSB had 3 investigators that were on site at the air race. And so they were immediately, they not only had a chance to witness the accident, but were immediately on scene, obviously, for the investigation.
Now investigators say there is new critical evidence that may help determine what caused the crash. Joining us from Reno now, Dan Simon. Dan, what evidence has been uncovered?
Well, a few things. The first thing I want to talk to you about, Randy, is we know that from the pilot's own words before the crash, the plane was modified substantially where the wingspan was actually reduced by about 10 feet. And according to the pilot, he wasn't exactly sure how the plane would perform. So there's a lot of speculation that maybe those modifications may have caused something to go wrong. But in the meantime, the attention is squarely focused on the tail of the aircraft. Videos and pictures show that during mid-flight, a part of the tail actually broke off from the plane, fell to the ground. Crews over the weekend, when they were searching the debris field, actually found what they believe is part of that tail. It's going to be shipped off to the NTSB lab for analysis. In the meantime, we also know that there was a camera on board that plane and some memory cards were recovered. We're not sure if they're actually from that camera, but they're going to be analyzed nonetheless. And we also know that the plane had sort of a crude black box attached and wirelessly transmitted information to the flight crew. So that's another key piece to all this. In the meantime, we're still getting some very chilling accounts from eyewitnesses who were among the first to see the scene. We talked to a nurse who was among the first to arrive. Take a look.
The impact of the aircraft was significant, and the debris field was wide, and it was very traumatic. They have a long road ahead of them. They'll have prosthetics, they'll have therapy, they'll have to learn to reuse their body. We're trained for this, but training is different than reality, and the reality is horrific.
Well, of the more than 70 patients who were taken to area hospitals, we know that there are about 24 who are still there, and several of the patients, Randy, are still in critical condition. Back to you.
Dan Simon, thanks for the update from Reno. Appreciate that.